What's up, YouTube? It's Warwick Author. So I just watched the Netflix documentary Audible. I was looking for kind of a football, an American football documentary or story or series or just something football that wasn't the NFL or college football right now, right? Something a little more on the storytelling side. And so I stumbled across Audible, and I was like, okay, Audible. When you change your plays, mid, before the ball is snapped, right? Cool, whatever. I'll give it a look. And I didn't read the description before going into it. I didn't realize that the main it's I was about to use the storyteller term like protagonist, but like the main focus, since it is documentary, is a young deaf kid in Maryland, and he attends an all deaf school, and he plays for the all deaf football team. And it was essentially kind of giving a little bit of a brief backstory, or not even backstory, like his history, his life, in terms of like how being deaf has impacted him and the struggles and discrimination that he goes through from the people who hear, right? Because I think that a lot of people like myself may tend to think that people who are deaf, that they are less capable overall, which is something that they pointed out, which I'd never thought about. And so it was very interesting. And the one thing I got to say about this is I don't know what it is in particular. I might find out just by talking this out, right? But Audible had me tearing up. And for me, I'm not like a crier, right? But I think the thing that really got me to this point was I plan on making my own football comic. In my last video, I was feeling a little down, and so I was kind of sharing that like my comic book, like the struggles of like being an indie creator and whatnot. And so I want to make this football comic, and I was like, how can I get really impactful, emotional storytelling moments, and not even just moments, just an overall emotional story that can really make people feel it from the heart. And Audible somehow was able to hit exactly what it was that I was looking for. I never knew that less noise, less volume, less hearing could make such an impact. I was genuinely amazed at how when somebody was allowed to speak and their voice resonated through the TV, that I was like, oh, this is weird. This is weird. Like, I prefer it when they're doing when they're doing sign language. Um, but the way they were able to build up such an emotional story between this small group of friends and seeing little bits of their everyday life. You don't get to see too much. It's only a 38-minute documentary. But getting to see the little ins and outs and like how they communicate and a little bit of them working out, a little bit of their friendships and whatnot, and seeing that strong bond really moved me. It moved me way more than I was expecting. Like, I was sad after watching Greater. Right, Greater is the story of one of the best walk-on college athletes to ever exist. There's even a trophy named after the guy that the movie's about, Brandon Burlsworth. That didn't get me to cry. I felt for him. I really did. But there was something so raw, genuine, and pure about the way Audible was done. You could tell that these were amazing people, that these were absolutely incredible people who seems like they had to fight every day to be in a world that is not theirs. And it was giving me all of these different ideas as to how I could help make an impactful story a much more emotional story that people can connect with. And I think the thing that I learned from this was you don't always need sound. You don't always need to say something to make an impact, which might go without saying. That seems like common sense if you think about it for about 2 seconds, right? But I think that a lot of storytellers rely on big sounds or explosions or, a, or like somebody wailing or crying, somebody grunting or music. Not having to rely on that and it still be this moving was amazing. I just, I was surprised at how much it moved me and how many different scenes popped in my head for my own story. I just wanted to make this quick video, I guess, because I was I'm just genuinely stunned. I'm floored at how how much of an impact that story left on me. I highly recommend that anybody who watches this go and give that documentary a chance. It's called Audible. Just like when a football player audibles a play, Peyton Manning was famous for it, where, Omaha, Omaha, he's changing the play, right? Audible. Definitely give it a try. These these kids, they are they're amazing. I didn't realize how much they had to go through. I highly recommend it. So, yeah, see ya.